Well, Sabbath greetings to everyone. I hope you've had a good week. I know we're all sort of in the same place here, not just here in the upper Midwest, but really all over the country. This week has been really, really cold. And so I hope you all have been staying warm, and hopefully I know there's quite a bit of sickness going on around, and I hope all of you are feeling better, doing better, and I've been praying for you all, and I know we need to be praying for one another. I've had a little bit of sickness here in the house, in the kids. Ange and I are doing well, but basically all the kids have had a little bit of something here and there. So we'll see about services tomorrow. Max had a little bit of a cough, and we don't want to scare anybody with that, but he's feeling better. He's the fever has reduced, and I don't think has much of a fever in that way, and nor does Zoe. Zoe's feeling a lot better, but the two of them have really been struggling the most. And Jamie's been not feeling great today, but seems to be doing a little better right now. So we'll see how things proceed here. We're certainly keep praying about it. We'd all like to be at services in Chicago. Would like to be in Chicago for services, but we'll just have to see how everyone's doing. That's the plan anyway, for all of us to be there. Appreciate your prayers for us, that everyone will be fully recovered and ready to go. If not, it might just be some of us as opposed to all of us, but we would appreciate your prayers. Things are going well. We had some of you were able to be at the Bible study. We did have another Bible study, and I did check that newest Bible study is up on the website for those of you who are not able to be there live. And so you know how to get to that information, and hopefully have a chance to listen to that at some point. Everybody's been following the news, I'm sure. Very tragic news that has been happening this week in Paris. France is in a very difficult spot right now. Everything that's going on there with this magazine, this Charlie Hebdo magazine that had all these people murdered, and there's these terrorist attacks happening, and right now we see those things happening in other places, not so much over here recently, but we certainly can not rule that out, that those things will indeed happen again right here in the United States. We've been fairly successful at catching and foiling many plans for some terrorist attacks, but we know that we are living in perilous times. We're living in dangerous times, and I have here the new World Ahead update, and have the news and prophecy, and it talks a lot about this. And in the first article, a push from the South, talking about what's going on over there, and saying that this situation that's happening in France could certainly feed anti-Islamic feelings across Europe, and that element over there. These events appear to be playing into Bible prophecies about an end-time Islamic king of the South that will push against or attack a European king of the North, bringing retaliation from the European power. And they cite Daniel 11:40 verses 43. The growing anti-Islamic sentiment across Europe could add to the political and economic pressures threatening to reform and reorient the current European Union. And so they say, probably a good time to review the Middle East in prophecy. We know what's happening out there. We know we're getting closer and closer to the end of the age, and certainly very perilous times that we're living in. We need to pray for one another, and certainly pray for those over there that are suffering and mourning at this time. And we know that, again, these prophetic things that are happening, they're very real. They're happening at an increasing rate. And so we do need to be careful. We need to be cautious. We need to be watching, and we need to be praying for one another. And I know that we're trying to do that, and we should certainly continue to do that as we see these things increasing. Well, we've had a few happenings here in the week that I might make you aware of. If you listen to these videos, you might get this a little bit ahead of time, because I don't know if I'll send a message out to everyone necessarily, but for those of you listening in, you'll probably be surprised to know that I have been informed that I will be coordinating the feast once again in the Dells, and that's due to the very sad happening at headquarters this past week of Mr. Bob League. Bob League died this past week, and I think it was yesterday morning that he died, and so I think many of you probably have heard of that by now. If not, please do be praying for Faye, Mr. League's wife, and their family as well that he leaves behind, and just understand that that's going to leave a void out there at headquarters. We certainly need to be praying about that, but most importantly, we need to be praying for those that are left behind after Mr. League's death. And of course, that again, those voids, they do affect things and make other things necessary, and so I don't have any problem with it. Of course, I'm here to serve. I'm here to do whatever needs to be done and fill whatever needs need to be filled. That's first and foremost. So I'm looking forward to coordinating the feast again. I'm not saying, I am human. I'm not saying there wasn't a little bit of disappointment, but we're over that, and we're certainly ready to serve once again in that area, and appreciate your prayers in that regard. We're looking forward to it again, and that's just, the way things happen sometimes. But I hope you all have a wonderful Sabbath wherever you plan on being for services. We look forward once again to seeing the brethren in Chicago. Hopefully we can all make it, but again, appreciate your prayers in that regard. But I want to make this, I know it's probably not even as brief as I planned on making the video. I'm still wrapping up the sermon for this Sabbath, and so I want to get to that. But again, I hope you have a tremendous Sabbath. I love you all. I hope you keep safe and keep warm. And those of you who are sick out there, I am remembering you in prayers and will continue to do so. And do ask that God would raise you all up and make you well once again. And so I love you all, and we'll be talking to you again very soon. Have a wonderful Sabbath, and take care.